Hey everyone, this is Gail Dudley with your quick rundown with News in Motion. Happy July. Today is Wednesday, July the 1st, 2020. First of all, late last night, the Senate passed a bill to continue with PPP. That stands for Payment Protection Program, and it's for small businesses. Listen, there's $130 billion left on the table. Small businesses, go for that money. If you don't know what you're doing, please ask someone to help you out. All right, y'all. Also, yesterday, the judge grants bond to the former officer who murdered Rayshard Brooks in the Wendy's parking lot in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, say what? If you remember on June the 18th, I shared with all of you about the occupant of the Oval and his niece, Mary, who's trying to release a book. Well, they did it again. His team, his lawyers went to a court in New York, and currently there is a restraining order against Mary and Simon & Schuster, who is her publisher, to stop moving with the book. So stay tuned. We got to see what's going on there. The book title is called Too Much and Never Enough, How My Family Created the Most Dangerous Man. So I really want to read this book, but right now the judge gave a court order, a restraining order to stop moving with that book. All right, the European Union said, not today, America, not today. The European Union formally bars U.S. travelers due to the coronavirus threat. Yep, they allow visitors from 15 other countries, but not the U.S. Speaking of the virus, who came out yesterday, and that stands for the World Health Organization, saying that we have reached over 500,000 deaths. 500,000 deaths, and warns that the worst is yet to come. And not to scare you, but there's a new flu. Yeah, they found out there's a new flu. This is a virus that is in Chinese pigs and has become more infectious in humans. And they're saying that this particular virus, it doesn't have a name yet, will be worse than the one that we're currently in. Y'all, we have a problem. All right, update on Facebook situation. Now we got Coca-Cola, Hershey's, Lululemon, Levi Strauss, and others who have joined the campaign against Facebook and Instagram. And it's the Stop the Hate for Profit campaign. Just go to Google, check it out. You can see it for yourself. It's a growing list of companies who has made the decision to stand in solidarity with the NAACP. Now, for the win, there are many moms who heard George Floyd's last words where he said, please, and he called out to his mom. There's a group called Mothers to Son. It's a host by Kenya Noel, Keisha, Lindsay, Trammell, and guest speaker, and who is an amazing diversity consultant, Damia Kandai. They have built a dynamic platform to boldly talk about raising, educating, and loving Black sons during this critical time. I will tag them in the comments, but you want to check them out. They have their own individual profession. They have a lot to offer. I'm giving them the win today because they pulled that thing off. I actually sat on a Zoom meeting on yesterday evening with them and many, many other women all around to talk about mothers to sons. So I'll tag that. Now, all right, say it with me. October the 5th. I know you get sick of me talking about it. I'm sick of me talking about it. But when I did some research, there are at least 500,000 to 1 million people in each state, 18 and over, who have not registered to vote. I am begging you to register to vote, but not only registering to vote, but actually voting in the November 3rd election and every election hereafter. Y'all, it is so important to raise your voices. Let me just give you a small story. During this pandemic, people lost jobs. Millions of people lost their jobs. Guess what else they lost? They lost health insurance in the middle of a pandemic. They have lost health insurance. So we gotta vote. We gotta vote. If you feel a particular way, I don't even care who you vote for. I want you to register to vote, and I'm begging you to vote in the election. Again, in this pandemic alone, millions of people who lost their jobs, they're now unemployed. When they lose their jobs, they also lost their health insurance. It is important to vote. not just in the major election, but even on the local level. Let people hear your voice. A lot of decisions are made on the local level, and it trickles up to the occupant of the Oval Office. I am begging you to register to vote. We have until October the 5th, October to the 5th to register to vote so that you can cast your ballot either during early voting or on November the 3rd. This is that important. You can go to vote.gov. You can go to iwillvote.com. You can also go to rockthevote.org. And listen, you can go to readypublication.com. We have a link on there as well. We'll be rolling out our Ready to Vote campaign this weekend, so stay tuned for that. But right now, I'm just Gail Dudley. I am your media personality bringing you a quick rundown because I care. I'm giving you a brief snapshot of some quick news items that could benefit you. And then I want you to go and Google them, research the articles for yourself. Again, the major thing is the Senate. I have two major things, and I'm off of here. I'm probably beyond my 5 minutes, but just bear with me. Two major things I want to share. Late last night, the Senate passed a bill to continue with the Small Business PPP program. That stands for Payment Protection Program. They passed that. Why? Because there's still $130 billion on the table. $130 billion. That program was to expire last night, but they are continuing it through July. Again, small businesses, this also goes for if you are independent or a freelancer or an entrepreneur. You too can get this money. Yes, you can. You too can get a piece of this pie. If you don't know, don't be intimidated by people who know. If you don't know how to access this money, ask someone. Go to your bank. Your bank knows the information. Ask them about this money. And then the other thing is you have to vote. We have to vote. Our lives depend upon it. We have to vote. We do. During this pandemic, millions of people lost their jobs. And what we don't understand is those who lost their jobs also lost their insurance. We need to vote to make sure that never happens again. All right, y'all, that's the quick rundown. I'm Gail Dudley. Peace out.